Majority of us definitely have entrepreneurs that we follow, admire, and respect. And some of them is like Jack Ma from Alibaba, Jeff Bezos from Amazon, and then obviously Elon Musk, who owns Teslas and SpaceX. And recently he bought Twitter, would become X.com as well. These are kind of like the classic billionaire, right? That we definitely came across probably 10, 15 years ago. But I think nowadays people are also more fond to social media entrepreneurs like KSI, Speed, Logan Paul, and there's tons of them that I couldn't finish naming them in this video as well. Majority of them definitely have the sheer disciplines and motivation, what they did and what they do, basically that brings them to their current stage. And we all wanted to learn that, follows them, and actually pick up their traits in life so that we actually can apply to ourselves as well, and that improve our wealth along the journey. However, I also think that we tend to just want some of their qualities, not all of them. And in this case, I have a good example to talk about, which is Andrew Tate. Right? We all know that he's an underdog. From the begin with, he wasn't a millionaire. He doesn't have a billionaire father or mother. He came from a kind of council house estates and lived just half an hour from me, which is Luton. And we kind of admire his disciplines and his motivation that he outgrown himself to become a millionaire. But we also didn't like the way how he speaks about it as well sometimes. So that's, I think majority of people can agree that we like the traits of how he actually pushed himself to become a millionaire. And let's go back to the title of this video, which is David Goggins. And in this video, I basically want to talk about how becoming 20% of David Goggins will actually improve your wealth. And there are some of the methods I've used so far for the past 6 months, and it's actually working for me. This is also a brand new series in my YouTube channel about 20% of X particular person, how I will read into their traits and then learn about them and then just pick up 20% of them, and then how it's actually affecting my life and overall. And today I will use David Goggins, which I think he's a man of discipline that everyone knows about it already. And yeah, let's dive into the first section of the video. The first section of this video is about understanding Goggins' philosophies. And I think by this time, people should know who is David Goggins, right? He's so famous, and he's not just a man just running 15 miles a day, doing TikTok's video asking you to stay hard, but he's also a mindset that teaching you to push your limits. So his life is also a testament of that, right? He was so overweight before, and then he joined the navies, how he's actually got his full achievement, where I think it's kind of mouthful for me to share in this video. His most famous testaments or the philosophies that he shared before is that whenever we think we are at our peak of potential, actually majority of the time we only have 40% of it. So that's mean when you think about it in depth, we can actually use this context to improve our wealth, right? If we're actually on our 40% of peak earnings, right, that's mean that we have a potential to earn double of that, basically 40% to 80%, then but that's basically double of it, which I will talk about in the next video, how we can actually achieve that. In here is that I think in the context of wealth, using Goggins' philosophy means embracing the disciplines, resilience, and unyielding commitment to a self-improvement, and also about setting a financial goals that scares you a little bit, but also excite you a lot. But most importantly, I think understanding that what's David Goggins' philosophy first will actually helps in kind of adopting that 20%, which is the bit that I will talk about in the next section of videos. The second part of my video is about applying Goggins' discipline into your financial. And let's think about it. No one actually fond to actually saving points to buy McDonald's meals or KFC meals. It's also not about saving coupons so that you can go to a grocery store to buy your mushrooms or extra carrots and things like that. It's actually about strategics and also consistent actions. And consider about, financial endurance, which is the main part of this video actually. David Goggins didn't actually able to run 100 miles straight away, right? He actually been doing that for years and years and years, so that now he has accumulation that he can actually run 100 miles in a marathon without any issues at all. Which is the same thing in your financials. You don't actually earn 100 million straight away, right? You actually start from small steps and then big action, which you get the point of me what I'm saying, right? And then it's really generally about, I think, if you start from small, you start from savings and you invest that in the stock market, or even with that endurance, you're able to build that kind of mindset so that you can actually do your side incomes or side hustles that you don't like, but it still actually give you the money, and then you can actually reinvest the money to do what you actually like to. For example, I'm not doing YouTube. You can feel like I'm actually intense. I wouldn't say I'm stressed, but I'm a kind of anxiety because I'm not good at making videos, but I'm still trying to do that. Probably YouTube will make me money, but at the same time as well, trying to overcome myself to do something I didn't like while improving other sections of my life is also part of the financial endurance that I'm here for the long haul, for the long term, so that I can win. I wouldn't say win, but having something I'm proud of in my life. The third part is about overcoming financial obstacles with Goggins Resiliencies, right? I think Goggins' story of life is about obstacles and overcome it by COVO. And when you think about it, it's the same thing, right? In financial journeys, you will come across a lot of hurdles, like your debt, your bad investments, economic downturns. How can you actually have the resiliencies to overcome them and then come up as a winner? But having just that 20%, I reckon is more than enough already, at least for me anyway. In the past, I've tried to build a lot of different side hustles or side income, you may call it. And it just drained me out because I just couldn't have that patience. It just, when I see it doesn't make me a lot of money, I give up. When I just felt like even with discipline, I'm having a massive burnout. For me, again, it's definitely more than enough. For the past 6 months, I picked up my side hustles again that I wanted to do. As I mentioned just now, YouTube is one of them. And then I'm currently building a SaaS product, a digital product that I hope that it will start to make money probably in another 6 months, which I will share shortly in the next month videos. But generally, the idea is that I think in my 20s, I spent a lot of time trying to do a lot of side hustles, and I didn't actually spend a lot more thoughts into it, why it doesn't make me money or why I can't actually keep on continuing about it. And then lastly, I think the last section of the videos is pretty self-explanatory. It's a compounding effects of having the 20%. It sounds very cringy and lame, right? But understanding the resiliencies, which is the more important thing, and then the endurance as well, which combine the both of them, right? From what I have learned from David Goggins, the compounding effect will actually sit on and it actually will give me probably the wealth that I ever actually dream of, right? So again, at the moment, doing these YouTube things felt a bit lonely, other than me and my editors actually will edit my videos and things like that. But I'm not trying to make $1 million in a year or 2 years of time. Rather, I'm again on a journey, right? On an endurance journey that I want to make 2 videos in a week time, 8 videos in a month. So that during that endurance journey, I start to build my confidence, talking to camera, knowing what to say, have a kind of straight mind, focused mind when I'm having conversations and things like that. And also having that resiliency as well, I kind of picked up what I've learned for the previous videos and try to improve in my next videos. Having said so, I'm not sure if I've improved overall, but I do feel like I've a bit confidence in front of cameras right now, able to talk to you guys and so on. The conclusion of what I learned, and not to be clickbaity of the titles, that it actually improved my wealth. So far I'm doing my 9-to-5 job. I'm also helping people to do some consulting works, and kind of hopefully able to grow that on the side. In the past, I wouldn't be able to do that without actually understanding it, because I always wanted to become someone 100%, and it's actually straining out, and it just doesn't work because I'm one entity here and doesn't actually belong to anyone else. So I think the idea of having the 20% of particular person probably will help in the long run. For now, it's already helped actually. For the past 6 months, it actually helped me drastically into this stage as well, including again my YouTube channel, my side hustles, and it did actually indeed has improved my wealth, although it's actually not double, probably about 20 to 30%, which I think it's a good starting point for me. So that's the end of my video. This is the brand new series of 20% off a particular series, particular someone. I hope that this actually interests someone who actually want to hear more about it, but I doubt it. Again, if you have any interesting comments, leave it down below. I'll definitely reply. Or you would like me to pick up 20% for someone you're been following or admire, then I can actually look into that. And obviously I don't have, if you want to replicate $1 billion of 20% of 200 millions, then I do not have that. But obviously it's a trait and what you have learned and how I can pick it up to improve my wealth. Yeah, sure, just let me know. If anyone do actually want me to pick it up for that 20%, then I will definitely look into it. So that's it then. I will see you in the next video. Peace.